Welcome to another Dead in Hip Hop live show. I'm your host, Rod, aka Modest Media. I want to change it up a little bit. Hey, but look, cut to the wire. Look who's here with me. To my right, we have Spike Lou. He is filling in for Myke C-Town. As always, we got Kenneth B. Ends. What's up, bro?
What up?
To my left, the infamous Nicky Duce.
I just gotta call out Spike because he ain't writing shit down. I'm trying to look smart for this conversation. He ain't got shit down.
I ain't wrote nothing yet. But I'm sure you're gonna have something noteworthy to say. I want to make sure I make notes of your bullshit now.
Oh, man.
Yeah, whatever.
And of course, one of the founders of Dead in Hip Hop. To my far left, we got Beezy 430.
Oh, stop it. What up, though?
Got the guns out.
Thank you.
See, B been working out. What? You know what I'm saying?
I almost called the cops.
Be like, man, look, y'all better act like you know.
Pistons fans are out and about, man.
Boy, I tell you, bro. They over here hype about Summer League.
Fans are hype, bro.
Hey, look, man, you gotta be happy about something. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, I'm a Knicks fan. You already know. I gotta I gotta drink most seasons.
But yeah, man, Myke is on vacation still, man. He should be back when? Next week? By next week?
Next
Something
Sunday.
like that. He should be back soon. So I know y'all miss him, man, but he'll be back. Feefo, we don't know when that nigga be back, man. That nigga going all the time. But y'all already know that. But as always, man, I like to start the show off by, recognizing the people behind the scenes as well. Behind camera, we have Isaiah, a.k.a. Sonny. On the switching of the cameras, we have Kevin, a.k.a. Bloodbath. And on audio, as always, we have Jalen, a.k.a. Doc. So those are, people behind the scenes. With that being said, because they are behind the scenes, we got to pay these guys, man. So Super Chats are heavily influenced on this show. If this is your first time here, you know what I'm saying? Super Chats are heavily influenced. Send those in. Are they on right now?
Mm-hmm.
Super Chats, questions, statements, super thanks, I always forget one. Stickers. Thank you, Kevin. Yeah, man, heavy influence, man. Send those in now. I usually give you guys about 30 minutes to get those in. So because we were on time today, you have until 2:30 to get those in. You got to 2:30 to get those Super Chats in. Again, it's highly encouraged here. Today, we are talking about, are we in the new golden era of hip-hop? That's going to be the question today. I'm going to go around the room and just kind of see what it is. But before we do that, anybody want to define what the golden era was? I've kind of looked and kind of always thought it's been like mid-'80s to mid-'90s. You can even go to deeper in those 90s, I think, personally, depending on how you look at it. But that's what I've always seen. That's where the, the Run DMCs, the LL Cool J's, the Wu-Tangs, the Biggies, Pacs, all those guys came up in that era, you know what I'm saying? And that they're like some of the most influential people today, I think. So I think that's why, and that's stuff was still developing around that time too. Mm-hmm. Like, a lot of stuff was like when we do classic reviews, it's like we have a criteria, like what did it inspire, like what came after that. So I think these people, a lot of people were influenced by these guys in that golden era, and we got this new age music, down the lines in the 2000s, 2010s, and so forth. So I guess like anybody want to take on what you always kind of considered the golden era, and you know what? Like, go ahead.
I'm sorry. Yeah,
go ahead, B.
I would say. I mean, you can question if are we in a fourth golden era? Because I would say the first golden era was like 86 to 89.
Mm-hmm.
Then it was like a transitional part in hip hop from like 90 to 91. And then I would say 92 to 96, or maybe 97 was the second golden era. The third golden era I can consider is like the blog era, the 2008, 9-ish to like 2014-ish. When like that blog era MCs, the blog era albums, y'all remember them, like that whole era. I think that can be kind of considered another golden era of hip hop. And then, it's the era that we in right now. We consider this like a golden era, like the fourth golden era of hip hop.
I guess like what I'm asking, like what would you like? How do you define like back then? Like how did you define the golden era? Like in your opinion, like what made it like a golden era to you?
Well, yeah. Well, of course, the 86, 89 was kind of like the not really necessarily like the birth or like really the when hip hop really started having a spotlight.
Mm-hmm.
like they first kind of like spotlight when you had the Run DMCs, the NWAs, Ice-T and all them. So that era I would consider, that first era I would consider kind of like the birth of the spotlight of hip hop. That the 92 through 97 era, I would say that was the era of like, now you had more than just, cause more than one coast, two coasts really, you know, the West Coast, but now you had the South. You had UGKs and Ghetto Boys and Scarface and, you know, Outkast, and you know, you had all this. You had the South was starting to make a bubbling presence in hip hop, and of course you still had East Coast and West Coast still doing their thing with a little bit of Midwest. You still have like Bone Thugs, and you know, a lot of those cats in the Midwest started to do some things. So that's what I would consider like that era. It was like when everybody was shining, where it wasn't like one particular sound, especially during the 92 through like 96, 97 era. I feel like everybody was shining during that time. Like you can just literally play everything from UGK to Wu-Tang to E40 to Tupac to Black Moon to, like, it was just everything during that time. And in the blog era, like I said, that was just like, you had a lot of special projects, the birth of a lot of MCs that was coming out during that time, that was from different parts of the map that was shining during the blog era. So yeah, I would consider a golden era as just like a time when everybody got to shine. It wasn't specifically to like one sound, like one coast or one sound or whatever. Like everybody had their time to shine. So that's what I would consider like a golden era.
I feel that. So I know, Nick, you're probably one of the youngest here. I'm not sure how old you are. I don't think you've ever disclosed it. But
not closer to you than Nick.
Okay. Yeah, but I know for a fact that you're one of the youngest on the, because you're still in your 20s, right? Okay, yeah. So I know you didn't come up in the golden era, well, what we consider the golden era. So like, what was always your idea of what the golden? I'm sure you've heard the terminology before, right?
I just heard like 90 to 99. That's what I consider like, and I usually my eras are in decades. Okay. So like, yeah, I don't. So like how B was breaking it down, I can see why he broke it down like that. But for me, I just like, all right, what came out in the 90s is what came out in the 90s. A lot of people felt like a lot of great hip hop came out in the 90s, so that's why that's looked at as like the pinnacle golden era. For me, I think I do agree with B as well as far as like that early 2000s run, the 2000 to 2009. That was a huge transition.
That blog era.
Yeah, the blog era, but also the internet era to where I think that was the foundation and blueprint of what we hear today.
Yeah, that was a huge era in hip hop, you know what I'm saying?
But I feel like people overlooked the 2010s. I think that was like the last golden era. I don't think the one we're in now is one. I think from 2010 to like 2019, that was like those hip hop artists and the albums that came out then, I could argue that's probably the best decade run of hip hop ever.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What years again?
2010 to 2019.
The last decade.
The last decade.
This past decade.
That's right for your age group, though.
No, but I'm just saying, I mean, if it fits everybody, I feel like everybody has a hip hop album or like multiple hip hop albums during that decade where like, this is actually phenomenal work. Because the beats got better over time. It's not like we still bumping the beats from the 90s like not all those beats hit today. I'm tired, like, let's not play around with that shit. Let's not perp, you know what I'm saying? Lou, when was the last time you listened to Brooklyn Zoo? And you was singing shimmy, shimmy, y'all, shimmy, yeah,
I didn't grow up on that anyway, though. I know what you mean.
I'm just saying, though, like, so, like, the music has gotten better over time. So.
No, I could agree with, I think we've had that, because we talked about the decades or something like that, and we all picked our decades, what we thought was like the best decades. And I think 2010s was an arguable one or whatnot. So I'm not totally against you on that. But, Spike Lou, like, what how do you define like golden era or golden age or whatever? Or what did you like? Was it a golden age for you? Like, would you when people say that, do you like believe that?
I do believe that. I'm close in age to you. I'll be 40 this year.
Okay.
And what I was referring to when Nick said that, I think that music plays a soundtrack to your life. So your golden age, I feel like, is when you're your late teens to your 20s. That's the music that's going to impact you more. And I think that's what you were referring to when you said that.
What impacted me more was the 2000 era.
Gotcha.
But like the 2010s is more of like, I can really just think about shit on an intellectual level, and I can judge shit from the past into the present.
Also, I still play Shimmy Shimmy, y'all. That's an era. That's an era of time of music. That's an era of time of music that I was bumping Wu. Yeah. Like that was ODB, Raekwon. Like I was bumping Wu. So it's gonna be stuff that hits you that you're gonna still play that maybe 20 years from now. Same kid gonna be like, man, who's still playing such and such? Whatever you listen to. You know what I'm saying?
So for me, it's the 90s. The 90s through the 2000s. That was my favorite time of music. Southern based. UGK, Cash Money when they were popping with the Hot Boys and Juvenile and BG, No Limit when they were putting out an album every 2 weeks. And I can still go back and revisit some of that stuff. I ain't gonna ride around bumping it all the time, no. But Scarface, the Ghetto Boys, things of that nature, those were the things that I listened to as far as what kind of framed me as a man on my thought process and things. So the golden era for me was that time of music. Not the 80s, because the money really wasn't there for us to be able to see the successful artists that we saw in the 90s. And then not the 2000s, because it's just people have to be a little bit more careful because of social media, because of how much money started to come in during the 90s. Now the 2000s, people are worried more so about sales and branding and becoming those big artists. I feel like throughout the 90s is when you got that genuine, what was envisioned when hip-hop was started. We loud, we brash, we don't give a fuck about y'all because there ain't no social media, camera phones, we're not gonna get in trouble, we're not gonna lose no deal, yet still labels are putting a lot of money behind us. We making these big, expensive videos. So I think in the 90s you had the best of both worlds without a lot of backlash. So that was a golden era for me.
So you said 90s, like
1994 through 2000.
2000, just straight
99 to 2000.
Okay, so you're not going past the 2000 mark.
No.
Okay, all right. I was a little concerned at first. I was like, wait a minute, hello. But all right,
bro,
cool.
I'm cutting it off in 99.
All right, cool. Ken is like the oldest here. I know you're just a little bit older than us.
You had to say that.
The oldest here, but I think people
Why
think.
You gotta age us, right? Hey.
No, because we talking about eras.
Rogers want to be the nigga
on his neck. We talking about eras.
Nigga in the middle, be like, yeah, I ain't young, I ain't old, but I'm here.
Look, we talking about eras of hip hop. So we need points of references, and I think we got some good points of references here. So I want to just point that out. It's no.
I'm history.
I mean, yeah. I mean, people know.
He said you
We've been watching. Yeah. It's no secret. It's no secret that he's the oldest here. Everyone knows that. But and Mike tried to slide under that a little bit. But yeah, like from your perspective, you know what I'm saying? Because like I tell you all the time, you're like the age of my older cousin, which we used to hang out, which shows you like Ken's not too far from me. But yeah, man, like what's your perspective on the golden era of hip hop?
Man, so having witnessed hip hop since its inception,
I remember when.
That's what I'm saying.
But no, I think for me it's late 80s.
Mm-hmm. Late 80s, okay.
To like 93, 94. So maybe around 88, 87.
It's funny, my homeboy single who's same age as you, he kind of say like 87 to like 95 was like that was the point.
Yeah. So when
you
when you look at that period, you can see a clear transition from an older style of hip hop to a more complex technical style of hip hop, and then creation of iconic like hip hop characters and figures and groups that left an impact on hip hop.
Okay.
With great records that, even though they sound dated by present day standards, you can still go back and listen to them because they'll be listed in all of the top lists and stuff like that. You cannot have hip hop essentially without them. So I look at that period as that. I think that
real quick, some of those later 90s, they're in those top lists too.
Yeah, they are, but is not as many as it was, during that period. You have a couple of standouts, and then that creates a longing for when, oh man, I remember we used to get back to back albums, and that's kind of going back to where we are now, where there's this overall feeling that we are getting like more quality albums, more consistently than we did once we enter out of that phase. There's always a period where we lost since we've been doing hip hop, since dead in hip hop, there's always a window where I'm trashing something, I find myself less and less doing that. And I look at all levels, mainstream and underground. In this present day, I'm not doing that as much as I used to. Like, think about how many times we did year in reviews. And, you know, I was the only one on record who was like, man, this year was weak. You know, this year I was like, man, we actually got high quality. Yeah. So I look at that period as that. I think that, you know, in thinking about like these windows of time that you guys are discussing, that you do have like certain eras defined by like a trend of some sort. Ringtone era, you know, SoundCloud era, blog era.
I want to say it was in like a playlist area.
Yeah, playlist.
Like people were like, I never got into the whole playlist thing. Like I remember people were
kind of
like,
still there.
Yeah.
But yeah, making music for playlists. Yeah. Streaming era. You have, you know, certain pockets that's within those time periods.
Yeah. Okay. All right, real quick, y'all. If you're just tuning in, super chats are highly encouraged for the show. So send those in. Make sure you get those in before 2:30. You have about 10 minutes. It's 2:19 right now, so you got roughly 10 minutes to get those in. Definitely send those in now. At the latter part of the show, we will go through your super chats and kind of address some of the things that y'all are talking about, what y'all think is the era, if it was, or whatever the case is, man. But we'll address those at the latter end of the show. So I guess what we're talking about is like, are we in a new golden era right now, or a new golden age right now? What are y'all thoughts on that? Who wants to take that? Like, I think B, you kind of touched on it a little bit. Do you now think that we're in a golden age, golden era of hip hop?
I don't know, man. That was a question I was still thinking about. Cause like I said, I knew the other era, the other eras that I consider golden era. But I mean, does it start? Do we question like this era from 2019 to now, or like 2020 to now? Like, are we just starting this decade off as like, is this the new era?
I would say so.
You say it?
Like
2020?
Yeah, 2019.
So from 20
That's a new era.
From 2020 to.
Well, we had to have something to make us question it, right? So we have to go back a couple of years, and put like a beginning. Like, is this the beginning of it? And from that point on, we've had consistency over that time. So in a decade, in Nick's case, or 5 years from now, we're gonna look back and be like, damn, man, that was.
See, for me, I don't know if it's because I'm getting old or is it because the music is different. I agree with the statement that the music is better from an overall standpoint as far as quality. At the end of the year, I'm with you, Ken. I get there and be like, there was a lot of good albums. But on the other side, it just doesn't stick with me like the stuff that did when I'm referencing the golden era. So I'm not sure if it's because I've gotten older and just don't have the time to invest into it.
Part of it might be.
Or is it just because on the topics, I'm sure is that you can find people that talk about what you want to hear. But that stuff, when I go back to it, it's like you said, it's probably me, because you remember like, oh, I remember when this came out, or when referring to a later era of a song when In the Club came out and they would play it all the time and you would hear it everywhere. I just don't see that anymore.
I do. Yeah, I'm going to cut you off. I do want to, as you talking, I am thinking like it's kind of hard for me now. I think since we've been doing Dead End, I can honestly say it's definitely been hard for me to really pinpoint a current golden era now, because it's like, and what we're in as far as reviewing music all the time is like, we listen to an album, on to the next, listen to the album, on to the next.
That's
before doing Dead End Hip Hop, I can stay with albums, I can stay with stuff a lot longer, because I had to worry about like coming on YouTube and talking about it. You know what I'm saying? So like, so it's like I listen to music a lot different now since doing Dead End. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, I know we're gonna have to talk about it. So like, and then once we're done, it's like, okay, next album. What we talking about next week?
It's so much on to the next. And I don't know if it's me because we do this, or is it because then it was like you sit with an album, bro, and you would be like, oh, this is my favorite song, or this one grew on me. I don't do that anymore.
Rod and Lou, y'all both like the No Limit era, and they was churning out albums every other week.
2 weeks.
You know what I'm saying? So then what's the difference?
Quality.
Facts. And I related to it more. Like it was almost like a magazine when that shit dropped every 2 weeks. Versus now, it just goes. Like it come out, you listen to it. Like Vince Staples put out a great album, the Ramona Part Broke My Heart. And I listened to it and it was dope and I liked it, but I haven't revisited it. Versus even when stuff come out 2 weeks with the No Limit era, I would still go back to that and listen to it, because even then you had a physical copy. It was just cool to have. And you would be looking through it in your CD book and you would throw it in.
That
and
Prime Suspects, huh?
Yeah, Prime Suspects, Skullduggery, shit you had no business buying. It just had a tank on there.
Trying to tell you, I just talked about this one last week.
Ghetto Commission, like Ghetto Twins. Yep. I had shit that like
I had all that shit.
Ghetto Commission.
Full blooded.
Ghetto Commission, bro. Full blood, man, all that.
Yeah. All of that, Mr. Magic. Like it was people you would be like, why you have this CD, bro?
Yeah.
But I think that's tank on the back.
Yeah, I think that's another point though. Like it's the way we consume music now. We consume music a lot faster, as far as like because of the streaming, because of the internet. Whereas before you had to go buy that shit or go somebody that had it,
time into that shit,
borrow somebody tape.
But
so
it made it more efficient though.
What you mean? I'm not talking about efficiency right now. I'm just talking about. I think that's the reason why we go through music so fast. I know we do this show and everything, and you don't have enough time to process it. But I think because of the way we consume music now, it does have a
on top of us doing
that, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, like because that's why I didn't like that fucking playlist era, man. I hated it. It's like, yo, just somebody took time to create an album, construct an album, but you just gonna take songs off that album and create a playlist.
That's the same thing like a mixtape.
Yeah, but they didn't make a mixtape.
And radio.
They didn't make a mixtape, and it wasn't radio. They made an album, but you're just taking a song off of that album and putting it on your playlist.
It was different.
I hated that.
I feel like y'all saying the same shit.
No, the mixtape versus the playlist.
Yeah.
So for the mixtape era, it was to get you excited about the project.
No, I'm saying like
I'm plucking from a place where you ain't even into this yet. Now that you heard this one song on this mixtape, you got to go find out more about this artist. Versus the playlist era, I've already heard it, and this is the only thing I like.
Right.
Yeah, but the people who listen to those playlists don't care about the rest of the shit.
Exactly.
They don't care.
Who wants to listen to an album these days?
That wasn't the case with a mixtape, though. You cared about the rest of the shit. Like, you would buy mixtapes, Kate. Like, if you wanted Southern artists, you buy a mixtape to have
the Squad Up mixtapes and all that shit.
All of that stuff on there. Like, you wanted to hear those people, then you going to find more of that stuff.
Yeah. It wasn't the same. Like the Lil Wayne mixtapes back in the day. You ever heard those? The Squad Up tapes and all that? So, yeah, that's different. That's different from the playlist shit. That's way different.
A lot.
You don't think so?
No, I'm just saying like the concept isn't that. It's like it's there. Like it's just the evolution.
But it's
in
reverse,
went into a rate that y'all
probably
didn't like. But it's the concept is there. Like it's always been there.
That concept is in. I just think the concept is in reverse from a sense of now, since I'm curating the playlist, I'm already familiar with everything you have, and I'm only taking what I like.
But albums be like that.
But a mixtape, when they would put mixtapes out, these were songs that. Part of the appeal with mixtape in that whole era was, oh, you're finding new stuff. Like you stumbling upon somebody. Like I know for me, being from Nashville, we would come to Atlanta and go down where the underground was, and we would buy mixtapes of artists that were from Atlanta or stuff that we hadn't heard. And it was part of finding that. Then I can go find the mixtape. It was a lot of time invested into it.
I think the way I can look at mixtapes is that there's so much out now that as a consumer, the person may not have time to go listen to all these albums. Yeah. So just give me the best of the fucking best.
I don't want to hear all the other.
Yeah, and if there's an interest, I'll go back and listen to the album.
That's the thing. Like as consumers, like we make we're as music is getting better, we're making the listening experience better, in my opinion, just by allowing you to choose whatever the fuck you want. I think B, you said in the last thing that we did, you was like, you shouldn't buy shitty albums now. Like, there's no way you can buy a shitty album now. Isn't that a relief to y'all? Like, isn't that a great thing about the era of music that we in? It's like
it is, but it was still something special about like knowing that like Doggy Style dropped, and you want to go get that shit.
Beyonce about to drop, it's sold out, boy. Yeah, you ain't heard.
But here's the thing. I think people still get that feeling. It's just different, right?
Yeah,
because this is how they are consuming music. Like we didn't grow up that way, but they did. So, and I think about Chris Platty. Like he says that every midnight, I think he get with his boy and they go through all the albums. And it's like that's a whole new experience. They don't go buy it, but their experience, their connection to it is at 12. We're gonna go to fucking iTunes because we know the shit's gonna be dropped, and we're gonna just listen to the shit. There are a lot of people that wait for 12 o'clock and then they get on Twitter and they start talking about the album together.
Yeah.
You know, so you know, whereas we go buy it, they listen to it and talk about it in a communal way.
Right.
Yeah.
That is true. That's
Real
100%
quick, man, before we get too far into this, y'all have 3 minutes to get your super chats in, so definitely send those in right now. Like I said, we're gonna talk about it like right after we finish talking about the main topic, and then we'll get into you guys' super chats. But anybody else want to touch on like whether or not y'all think we are currently in a golden era?
Yeah. You know what? I think it's interesting. I think we still have years for where this kind of needs to play itself out. But if we think about where we are right now, you got Griselda that's doing their thing with a style was a style that I listened to growing up. You have like iconic hip hop characters like Kendrick, J. Cole. Joey Badass threw himself in there. Make sure you guys check out our review. We reviewed the album to catch that inside joke. But you guys got guys. You have guys like him. You had out of our future Tyler the Creator, who emerged from that as a star, who became a household name. You got Drake. You got
you say J. Cole?
Yeah, I said J. Cole.
Yeah.
And then now Vince Staples is entering the discussion. And then if you go underground, you got the Rock Marcianas, you got the Odysseys, you know what I'm saying? You got all of these like
Billy
entities,
Woods.
Billy Woods and stuff like that. Like, it's a lot of fucking shit. And it's in addition to all the disposable shit that just kind of, captures the moment. You know what I'm saying? So I think we are like in the beginning of one of those eras where, there are these iconic figures that when we look back, we're like, damn, man, I remember all that shit, Whereas when you look back in some of the 2000s, you remember Laffy Taffy.
Chingy.
But you remember it for being bad.
Don't
we remember that. We remember that time period for being trash.
It was an interesting time. It set the foundation. Like
interestingly trash.
It was a lot of people our age.
It fed a lot of mouths.
It was a lot of people our age that looked at that and were like, how did they get on TV? Because it used to be such a stringent process to be a rap superstar.
They were talented. Lil Jon and the East Side Boys. They got hits. Lil Jon's still here till
Too
this
many.
day.
That was the problem. They were
Nas put out a whole album, bro. Hip hop is dead. Like it was because of that era. It was because of all of that shit. He was like us. Like, man, are y'all serious?
And shit, for a while, for the last 10 years, that was a struggle. That was a struggle.
And it was ironic Nas said that at that time because niggas was saying he was done.
He was cooked. Now the whole game cooked.
Yeah, it is. Like, hold on. I'm cooked. Nah, fuck it. The game.
Bigger than Nino Brown.
Yeah, there's a whole video of me ranting and raving, oh man, and like about all of the shit that was out. Like the mumble rap. When that shit was going on, that shit was bad.
That shit was interesting.
See, there you go. That's the only word you got for it.
Because it gave birth to a very creative sound that is out to.
It's a mumble rap era, but the best of the best survived out of that, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, you gonna have them niggas who was like rapping like Rakim and shit. There was hella niggas rapping like that, but only Rakim and them came through.
Jeezy did that too. Jeezy had that. Everybody thinking I could rap and be all, but do heavy ad libs and. A lot of people was trying that shit.
Don't disrespect
Jeezy
like that, bro.
No, I'm saying a lot of people were trying that shit, similar to the mumble rap, similar to what you said about Rakim.
I don't remember.
Yeah, I remember people trying to.
It was a lot of like dope boys that were getting studio time and wasting a lot of money because they sold drugs. And
I misunderstood. I thought guys that actually put shit out.
No.
Not like when Gucci first came out, people was shitting on Gucci.
Man, Gucci low key, man. His when he could find guys, bro. But he definitely took a lot of dope boy money and put shit out.
Yeah, exactly.
But he got better over time.
He did get better over time.
I mean, shit.
It's like the
Bankroll Fresh. It's only a few that made it out. Young Thug was one that made it out. But see, Young Thug came and brought something different to where guys like the guys that appreciated technical rap were like listening to Young Thug, like, what the fuck is this? Guys you wouldn't think listen to Young Thug, like listen to a guy like Young Thug would be fucking listening to Young Thug. It was really weird. So you got him. 21 Savage that came out and kind of, I hated 21 Savage, but now I'm like, okay, yeah, this,
it's okay.
I don't mind with musicians when they just throw shit against the wall and see what sticks, because you have to do that creatively, because if you're trying to reinvent something or try to put your own stamp on shit, because that's what hip hop was about, right? Everybody had originality and shit like that. But obviously we got to the point where like everybody almost said everything under the sun. So it's like you got to find different ways to hit people. You got to, like Thug, for example, makes his own voice an instrument, or like, you know what I mean? Like he's creative, or like Future can somehow, some way find a pocket in a weird, you know, type of flow. So it's just like, I don't mind that shit. That's just music.
I mean, to your point, like there was like everybody's gonna make something. We're gonna go in the closet, the SoundCloud era. Like we're gonna go and everybody's gonna put something out, and because streaming is gonna bubble up and they're gonna like it. At some point, though, like as the consumers of that particular type of genre is gonna sit back and be like, yeah, the sound is there, but you're not as good as everybody else that's doing it. So those guys will eventually just be out of there. And the best of the best will stay there. So when you look back on, like, I don't even know if Future would be considered part of this run, this potential new run that we're in, but Future will be one of those names that will be a staple in hip hop when we look back on it because of what he was able to do. Everybody talk about Dirty Sprite 2 as much as I don't think it's as good as it is, but that's me.
You gotta wait till it hit for you. It's gonna hit to you. Man, in like 5 years, he gonna start playing and it's gonna be like, bro, this is.
And very well I could because I have a general interest in why people like stuff, and I do go back and revisit stuff to see if my mind can change. I think that's the thing about music. But I think that we are in a very high quality era of music right now, and we're getting some very, very interesting hip hop artists and then just the sound overall is so broad, like it's crazy. You got the boom bap, and then you can go listen to the mainstream shit that has guys that are making stuff that's good, and then the indie artists, et cetera, et cetera. So I think the range is there too.
That's a good point. You do raise a good point, Ken. I did see somebody combat that with that started more so in the 2010s. But he brings a good point about it. But I heard you say that you don't think we're currently in the golden era. So you're basically combating what he's saying.
Yeah, it's shitball right now. The one thing I will say
shitball?
There we in of music. If we going back from 2020 or 2019 to now,
over the past 2 years, music has been shitball. Even with Kendrick, J. Cole, Drake,
those are not
their
best. Those are not their best work. Those are just really good albums.
Wow. That's kind of it though.
No, but they're during the era that I'm talking about, like 2010s that I'm arguing. There's albums that like change the sound of hip hop or change the those albums that we're hearing now.
It doesn't always have to change the sound of.
But that's how we define a golden era. Right now, you have most of those albums we talking about in the 90s. They change hip hop.
There's a changing of the sound, but then you have to have like all of those. You have to have guys that's being able to do the change, right? So from that, when Rakim came on and started doing that shit, everybody else found their sort of pocket to be able to do it. But they weren't all necessarily doing that. Tribe came in with some completely fucking different. That whole Natives Tongue thing took a whole different spin, but they were a grouping in that, which you could say this, Griselda is that. They have this spin. So, but J. Cole is in that 2010s, but he's had a good fucking run. So now we have to have new guys come in to kind of take that baton and run with it.
And I'm saying, I'm not impressed with any of the new guys.
A part of the being a golden era, in my opinion, though, is the big dogs being active, and that's what you had a lack of in 2010s. One of the eras that you referenced, you had the Chingies and a lot of those people getting the spotlight that I feel like older hip hop heads felt like they shouldn't have. Now, one of the reasons that you look at this being a great era of music, in my opinion, is you have so many, like J. Cole gonna hit you consistently, Griselda gonna hit you consistently, Drake, whether you like it or not, when he puts out, he's gonna hit you consistently. Right now, like to Ken's point again, the consistency for quality of music is probably better than it's ever been. It may not stick like I want it to, but when we're talking about quality and stuff that's out, even if it wasn't your favorite J. Cole album, J. Cole put out an album.
That don't mean it's a golden age just because the nigga put out an album.
When you got the top people producing, it does.
And
like you can have an era.
A top producer?
You can have an era where Chingy is a top producer. That takes away from that era.
In other words, trash artists putting out music.
Chingy wasn't 2010 era though, right? That was before 2010.
No, before
Chingy was
20. 2004.
He mentioned Chingy, but that's what I was about to
Chingy alone. He ain't done shit to you, bro.
You're talking about like the blog era.
That era I said is the foundation of where we at.
Or those are the people that survived out of the blog era. Is your decade that you're looking at?
No, the blog era is. What would you say it is? I would say it's more of, it's not the whole 2000s, because I think towards the end of
like I said,
year,
towards the end. Like
towards the end is when it kind of ended.
2008, 9-ish to like 2015, I would say would be like the blog era.
Yeah, everybody was throwing shit out there. Yeah. And only a few motherfuckers made it out.
Yeah.
That became stars. So, Yeah, that is a really good.
I'm just saying
of
over the
music.
last 3 years now, like we talking about this new decade or this new era. I don't think there's no one really new that really wows me to think like, oh, we're off to a great start.
That's what I was about to ask. That's a great point that you bring up. Are you concerned with what you're saying and what you just said, like the pipeline?
It's diluted.
There is no more, like,
It's
from
diluted.
what I'm seeing, there is no big superstar in the pipeline.
It's diluted. It's more like we're getting just more genres of rap
Since
instead
it's so
of more
much stuff.
quality of rap. You
There
know
are
what I
no
mean?
rap like superheroes anymore. I feel like the last generation of that was Kendrick, Cole, and Drake. I don't look past them
Yeah.
and see like, oh my God, I'm excited.
Travis
about this.
was one of them until he got fucked
until that
up.
happened,
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
Until that
Like,
happened, Travis was the new guy.
He was about to be there, and then
Yeah,
like he
that's
got
over.
fucked up. So now it's just like, all right, if it's not Travis,
Who is it?
who is it?
Okay, let me ask y'all this. Like, since kind of just going off of Ken's point that we kind of are in a new golden era. Like, are there any albums that kind of stick out that would be like that you would could see being a classic at this point? Because that's another
Reasonable
thing
Drought?
that's another thing that defines
fucking
like
love that
golden
album.
age, right? What'd you say?
Reasonable Drought. Stone
God Cooks.
I love that fucking album.
But you
That's a good point.
That's I think that's a good point to bring up is that when we think of golden era, most of those albums are classics today.
Yeah.
So just kind of I know we don't do that here. Like, oh yeah, this is a certified classic already. But is there some that you can look at right now like, oh, I can see that being
Within
a
the
classic?
last 3 years?
Within the last 3 years, is there some that you like? Oh, I can see that being a classic. Oh, I see faces getting scrunched up now.
I have one, and I have one, but I'll keep talking about this
Okay,
one over and
okay.
over again because I just love that album so much. I think Lou, you may understand it too. 'Cause I hear you talk about it. So Much Fun by Young Thug. I think that will be looked at as a classic within the next 5 to 8 years. Like every
Especially
song
with his
was
current
damn near a hit, bro.
Yeah.
And the production was it was chef's kiss, bro. Like it was like real, like if you want some real trap, like ignorant shit, like this is where you going to.
Gotcha.
Who's doing it better than him on this album?
For that version of trap music, I agree.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like
I don't think it's a classic, and my face scrunched up when you say it, Rock, because I don't have my recollection for classic albums. If I'm thinking newer generation, this is gonna sound old, and it kind of counters against me fighting Nick's 2010 point. Like J. Cole 2014 Forest Hills Drive, Nipsey Hussle's Victory Lap, and Kendrick Lamar's To Pimp a Butterfly. To me, those are the last 3 classic albums that I've heard. Nothing past that, and before that, of course, a lot, because I feel like that's the golden era. But those are the 3 defining albums of this era, in my opinion. And the last one, I think, was Nipsey's? That was 4 years ago.
All right, so let me back up a little bit then and not get too deep in, like, let's not try to say albums, but like artists, right?
Okay.
So what artists right now in the last 3 years y'all feel like, oh yeah, they can shape this as to being a golden era? Like, what are some artists y'all would point out?
shit, bro, that's a worse question.
Really?
I had to.
Do y'all feel like do y'all feel like Drake is part of that?
Of what, this new era?
Of making the era golden?
No, not now.
You don't. Do you
Not
feel
now.
like J. Cole is a part of making the era golden?
Not now.
Nah.
Do you feel like Kendrick is a part of making the era golden?
I think
Not
they
now.
made they go.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Their best best work is behind them at this point.
Wow. So okay. So Ken, we need you to tap back in then. Like, what artists do you feel like is shaping this to be the new age?
You know what he
golden
gonna
era?
say? Nardo Wick.
Shout out to Nardo Wick. We're reviewing Nardo Wick today too. Right after
Lil
this
Baby
live.
is one that people talk about.
Lil
a lot.
Baby is a
I don't-
good one.
You know, that's one that
Well,
people
that's
talk
if that's
about
if
a lot.
what's the name of don't come around the corner. You know what I'm saying?
Stay out.
She already took by herself.
You know, I know he's been in a lot of shit, but the Baby was well on his way.
You can leave the baby where he is.
I'm just saying, y'all ask for names. I'm giving y'all fucking names. You know, you got Jid.
He got to start dropping some stuff.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't even know
but
JID is on that list either.
You know,
He
Kenny
can be,
Mason
though.
is one that's on the precipice. Like, there are some names out here
You just naming niggas at this point.
Why not? Because that was the question. The West Lil Uzi Vert.
Kenny Mason.
With him.
Mason.
Kenny fucking Mason.
Nigga
Just because you don't like him, I'm just trying to give y'all fucking names.
I know Kenny Rogers.
Well, is it safe to say that Griselda is a part of this new era mode?
They 40 years old though.
It don't matter, but
it don't matter.
they're out. But
they
they're
can't
out.
carry the torch.
I don't think kids listen to that.
They gonna be retired.
I think.
But they made a mark in the
NBA
hip hop.
Youngboy.
What about Rashad?
NBA Youngboy, I would say is the
Is
person.
that y'all still not fucking with
Isaiah
Rashad?
Rashad?
I fuck with Isaiah Rashad.
He's not
but
in there?
I don't think he's a leader or something though.
I think NBA Youngboy is the most popular of the young people.
NBA Youngboy.
Pooh
That's the
Shiesty.
dude.
NBA
That's the
Youngboy.
dude,
I think NBA Youngboy may be the.
But he talking about his next album is gonna be his last one.
They
He's
always
22.
say that shit.
They do always. say that.
But
So bar for bar says Tyler, Jid, Denzel Curry, Mock Hami, Griselda, Lil Baby, Lil Durk, Kenny Mason, Saba.
Tyler is in like
Saba.
two different era. To me, he borderlines the 2010s in this
Y'all
era.
forgot about Polo G?
You're stupid.
Polo G.
I will say, I feel like NBA Youngboy is like the Gucci of this era.
He is.
Like he's like
still
have
all the
not
herbal
listened to this
stuff.
dude.
What's
Huh?
the dude that's into all the herbal stuff? The young cat, like the dude that had the weird video with him and the chick. He from Chicago. He like into all the herbal stuff. He and DJ Vlad were going back and forth about some stuff. DJ Vlad told him to go. He said he had a cure to cancer and he was selling it on IG.
he ain't
What's
leading
the
the
dude name? What's
the
the
golden
dude
era,
name?
bro.
What's the
Whatever you
name
about to
I'm
say.
NLE Chopper, that dude, yeah.
Oh, I remember
He's very
him.
popular. Yeah, he is from Memphis. He popular though. Like the kids love him. But
All
that's
right.
one of the new dudes.
You might as well say Key Glock.
All right. Look.
I fuck with Key Glock.
They like Key Glock,
I
man.
I'm
did.
just saying, I'd rather hear Key Glock than.
But again, I think you can go to like almost any style of music you like and find like there are guys that are leading that particular genre.
In that pack. Okay.
You know, for a while that wasn't the case.
Okay.
At
Who's
least that's
who's
valid.
the? Oh, my bad. I know you're trying to transition.
it's cool, it's cool.
But who's like leading the 2010s right? I mean 2020s right now. Like who's gonna be on that Mount
NBA
Rushmore?
Youngboy.
NBA Youngboy, I give you. Who else? Lil Baby.
Well, we just did a
Polo
Mount
G,
Rushmore.
yeah.
I think the Mount Rushmore was Tyler. Who all was it? Tyler,
Kendrick,
Drake,
Cole, and Drake. I think.
Kendrick, and
They
Cole.
they
Right?
old niggas now.
that's
Not Tyler,
They
but
are
the
old
other
niggas.
niggas. They about to be 40.
Well, that's the Rushmore that we came up with.
Yeah, because y'all ain't.
Well, not because we know we were trying to be.
They not tapped in.
Nah. We were trying to look at this, outside of the box. Like, yeah, I mean, because we put Drake on there. Most of the people here don't like Drake, and he was on the
Y'all
Mount
put him on there
Rushmore.
just because y'all don't want to listen to no new shit. Like,
undeniable.
oh,
Nah,
fuck
it was just
he's
like-
still making music, right? All right, throw that nigga on there.
It was very subjective.
It's Lil Baby, NBA Youngboy, and there's probably a couple.
Lil Baby is definitely
maybe
Baby,
is
yeah.
Kodak. Kodak could probably be
Kodak
one.
is definitely on there. They love him. Kids love Kodak.
Okay. All right. Look, we
Kids
got to move
love
on though.
Kodak.
We got to get to these super chats. But look, before we get to the super chats,
Kodak Black.
Absolutely.
I'll put Meg on there too. I'll put Meg on there.
Oh, we all leaving some women out. Real
I'll
talk.
put Meg
we
on
all
there.
leaving
Oh,
some
all the
out.
women, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. But look,
Shit,
man, look,
light-skinned Keisha.
look, goddamn, look.
Glorilla and Glorilla.
Kids just naming all kind of fucking fuck. But look, man, we'll be right back after these messages and get to your super chats.
Is the mic still on?
You got Ken and Beezy, Sophie and Myke, Feefo and Ride. The people wanna know, is the mic still on? I'm saying, what's up for discussion? We got a bit. From talking pop culture to topics on politics. Hold up, show you how to make a debate an event. Whether sports related or advice on relationships.
The Frames Per Second podcast.
And we are back, man. Thank y'all for coming back. Thank y'all for tuning in, man. Look, we got a good little crowd in here, man. Appreciate y'all coming through, talking to us about us. Appreciate everybody that sending in your super chats. Like I said, it helps support the show, and it helps to keep the conversation kind of going, after the show. So, what you guys want to say real quick, man?
Well, I just saw Q's thing about corporations turn hip hop. Wait,
he's like,
you don't even got to engage that, bro.
Nah, man. Let Q get corporations turn hip hop into a minstrel show, and we talking like we in a golden era. Absolutely not. Like that whole shit happened. Like the minstrel show part was even worse when you had fucking Candyman and Father MC and all them motherfuckers putting shit out. Like that was a bad period for my generation of music, like right after that so-called golden era when them motherfuckers came along. So if you want to talk about motherfuckers just taking shit and watering shit down, that's what you're looking at. That was a real bad era. So right now I don't see minstrel shit at all. Not in the way he's saying it. So I don't know what the fuck he's talking about.
Minstrel shit, I think I see what he's saying with that, just because all the subject matter that's pushed on the radio.
But I don't think it's forced though. It's not forced.
I understand this, but go ahead.
My bad.
No, go ahead.
I think people lean into it more so because they think it'll make them popular versus it being a minstrel show and someone behind the scenes telling them to do this to be popular.
You don't think that's happening?
I don't think that. I think that people are hopping on social media and they see one person doing it and getting a lot of likes and they're like, well, I can do it too, and then you have this snowball effect. I think it's more so self-inflicted versus what Ken's referring to when people are telling you to go out and be Father MC and put this on because we think it'll be cool and black people will like it.
Now if you're talking about Bobby Shmurda dancing on top of the table, well, that's another thing. But
y'all heard they all do shit like that. Yeah, they all do shit like that.
Yeah.
But look, man, without further ado, we need to get into these super chats. We're already far into this show. Yeah. Ken, so without further ado, can you get into those super chats?
Yeah. Just remember, y'all, there's nothing new under the sun.
No, it's not.
Sir. Black Roz, GOAT Mafioso rapper and GOAT Mafioso album. I do not know what he's talking about. But okay, appreciate it.
Is he asking the question, what would be the greatest Mafioso album?
Maybe that's what it is. Maybe that's the question. Topic. Mark Kings, shout out to y'all getting Chauncey Billups on the show. So which one?
What? Wait.
That's you.
Because of the jersey. Because of the jersey. This is Zeke jersey though. It's not Chauncey Billups. It's Zeke. The greatest. One of the greatest.
I was like, which one of these niggas they think is Chauncey Billups?
One of the greatest point guards ever. Nah, don't get it twisted.
Hey, you know, I know.
Oh yeah, man. Come on.
Fucking cooked us, man.
D-God720, what 90s hip-hop album wouldn't sound dated if it dropped in 2022?
19 what?
90s.
If it dropped in 2022, 1990s. That's a good question. I feel like there's some, though. I feel like there's definitely some. Fuck.
I'm drawing a blank.
Boy, it's
the 1990s. Bean ain't got one?
Because they ain't doing it, but still
I know, right?
Was Super Duper Fly? Missy Elliott with that?
We did say that. We did say that. We did say that.
Because I feel like those, you got to think about artists who are just like super ahead of their time with the sound.
I would say Midnight Marauders.
Yeah, I was going to ask you if a tribe.
Yeah, I was going to say Midnight. If I was to pick a tribe album that I think that can still sound great today, it would be Midnight Marauders.
I think I like that. I do like that over low end.
Yeah. When did Ready to Die drop?
94.
Yes, I feel like Ready to Die.
I don't know if Ready to Die can.
Today?
I don't think so. Can drop today.
What about Bone?
Bone.
1999. You think that'll drop today?
Yeah.
When was that? When did that come out?
90. Which one?
95.
And rapping wise. I mean, it's rappers that kind of shit. Migos at some point their style kind of was from Bone a little bit.
Outkast can drop today.
Oh
One of their older albums could drop and that sound relevant. I'm trying to think who else.
Nothing from Crucial Conflict. All right. Vontel. That should have actually been on one of my lists. Vontel, what's your fave album from the state you were born?
Favorite album from the state
I ain't got one. I was born
Slum Village Fantastic Volume 2.
In our lifetime, 8 Ball and MJG.
Yeah.
The Trick Daddy joint, man. That shit classic.
Which one?
His first one.
First one?
Yeah. That shit go. I don't know if that's my favorite one. I'm trying to think who else out of.
They said favorite or best?
favorite.
Ooh, okay. It's between. It's between "Beware of Dog" by Bow Wow, Lil Bow Wow, and Kid Cudi. You know what I'm saying? What's this shit? Man on the Moon.
Man on the Moon.
Got booed.
Oh, I saw that shit. That shit was sad, bro.
It's because they wanted Kanye.
Wait, what? I know we got to get more questions, but I saw that. What happened? Was he just bad or was he just talking?
So it was supposed to be Kanye on the bill, but then they replaced. I don't know why they did this. They replaced it with Cudi, which is a horrible idea. And yeah, they were just booing him and they was throwing stuff on the stage, and he was just like, "Yo, if y'all throw one more fucking thing at me, I'm leaving." And
I respect it.
Yeah, he walked.
And it was even crazy. I think Lil Durk brought out Kanye out and did "Father Stretch My Hands," which is featured Kid Cudi.
Petty, bro.
Yeah.
Petty.
You think he did that on purpose?
Had to.
Of course he did.
Come on, bro.
Of course he did. It's petty as fuck, man. Damn, you know that man deal with mental like he out of anyone, he should have understand the mental struggles that Cudi go through, man. That shit can fuck that dude up. He looked hurt.
He was. Kanye messed up. You see how he came out in that performance?
That's what I'm saying.
That nigga
like
was
you
in all
should understand, like
hurt
bro.
niggas hurting each other.
Yeah, two hurt niggas hurting each other. Like what the hell? Y'all gotta stop that shit.
Cal, what are some things, people's events, etc., that seem or are perceived as being part of hip hop but actually aren't, and vice versa?
Was that Doja Cat? That's what they say.
Yeah.
Nah, I won't say that.
Say that one more time. It's like
so. What are some things, people, events? Oh yeah. Like, what are some things, people, events, etc., that seem or are perceived as being part of hip hop but actually aren't, and vice versa?
Jack Harlow. Jack Harlow like a motherfucker.
All them motherfuckers.
He got hits though. That's the crazy thing.
Oh, Nick, come on.
I don't want to believe it. I don't want to believe it, B. It's funny. I don't want to believe it, but he do got hits.
He ain't got fucking hits, bro. He got songs that people like.
He do got hits.
I'm not even engaging in it.
You could deny it, you could ignore it, but it's there.
Y'all put an S on that shit.
He got
First
Z on that motherfucker.
First Class is a hit. That's it.
Huh?
First Class is.
No, he got the Churchill Downs. That's going.
That's not a hit though. That's a good song.
What's poppin'?
Okay, what's poppin' is one.
He had the Paper Route Money remix. He was
fucking Vanilla Ice had fucking hits, bro. What they ain't saying much.
But it's interesting that y'all. I went the complete other way, and like I was thinking YSL, like the gang shit that they try to affiliate with hip hop and play the shit in court and stuff. I think that.
But everybody been trying to be fake gangsters since the birth of hip hop.
But I'm talking about as far as it's gotten now. My bad.
Jalen, what'd you say?
Nah, I said Jack Harlow's also on Industry Baby with.
Yeah, with what's his name? Yeah.
Yeah, you said Lil Nas X. Y'all consider him hip hop? He hip hop? He pop, right?
Yeah, he's not hip hop.
I don't know what the hell he is.
He pop.
He know.
He pop.
But yeah, he's pop. Shit, yeah.
That's a good question though. I like that.
Chop Top's husband, favorite album from the year you were born, any genre.
The year I was born.
Damn, favorite album from the year I was born.
You're right. I gotta look it up.
I don't even know.
Lou, what was playing in 1943? Put me on, Playboy.
Put me on, Playboy.
Looking up old nigga shit right now.
No, you talking to some old heads on the show. That's hard, bro.
I'm a still Bees one because I was born in '93. I'm a still Midnight Marauders.
You got some good shit.
Yeah, I got some good ass shit. Midnight Marauders.
See, I ain't got no good shit. You got Illmatic for real when you was born?
I was born right between the two.
What, Southern Playalistic and? Whoa.
I got Into the Wu-Tang.
Damn.
Michael Jackson Thriller.
Okay. That's a good. Hey, that's good.
It's not just hip hop.
Hey,
They don't have to be
favorite
say
album.
anything.
I mean,
hip hop wasn't around when I was born.
yeah, I just went with this favorite album.
Yeah, see, when I was born, it was Curtis Blow and Sugar Hill Gang. That's what was released when I was born for hip hop. Those were the two albums that was out. Yeah, but
I don't even see nothing I'm familiar with from the year I was born.
Damn.
Oh, Doggy Style came out '93 too.
I Want You, Marvin Gaye.
It came out when you was born?
76, bro.
Shit.
And B's favorite album, My Nemesis.
Say it. Don't.
It ain't my job. I was telling about mine.
That's
You better say that damn Stevie Wonder
album.
album.
Nah, I fucks with Stevie. Songs in the Key of Life. So
There
I'm gonna
you
give
go.
you 2.
There you go.
Can't go wrong with either one.
The only one I seen that I've heard and familiar with is Luther Vandross, Forever.
For Always, for Love.
Yeah.
Okay, y'all listen to this old head talk, boy. Y'all see y'all see that? I ain't even have to let him finish it.
I see.
That's the only one I've heard and I like.
That's Luther Legend right there, man.
Lil Luther.
I was just listening to Promise Me. Man, bro, that shit is so fucking good, bro. Off
Luther
that album.
Beast, man.
Promise Me is fucking crazy. That yeah.
Oh yeah, Luke. All right, so I think we answered this question. Like before you go to the next one, Ken. What was the 3? Like, which one are you taking off? It was like Stevie Wonder, Marvin Gaye, or Luther Vandross.
Oh my God.
Luther for me.
Yeah, I gotta take Luther
Yeah,
off.
I'm
even
taking
though some of my
Stevie and
favorite
Marvin.
songs,
Yeah,
even
yeah.
though some of my favorite songs are Luther, like Superstar and House Is Not a Home.
Yeah, no.
You ain't fuck with Excuse Me, Miss?
Nah, I ain't fucking with,
Hey,
I ain't fucking with old Luther. Like I don't even know what that was about. But
He still had his.
but when
right
we talk
there.
about bodies of work, like Stevie Wonder, like In the Keys of Life, like Damn Near Perfect album, and Marvin Gaye.
Yeah, I'm taking Marvin and Stevie hands down.
Project wise, because they just got better projects.
Why didn't you go with Michael Jackson's Thriller?
Thriller was in '82.
Yeah, that's what I said.
I
Hey,
ain't know that.
Thriller,
Okay.
yeah.
1999 from Prince was there.
Oh, I ain't get far. I ain't get down far enough.
Right. That was real quick. Next
but
question.
Yeah. But let's see. What hip hop origin story, group or individual, would make for a good movie or series?
Origin story of a hip hop artist.
Yeah.
Who?
They already gave us NWA, they gave us the Wu-Tang show. How many other niggas you really want to see?
Yeah, I don't know. Who want to see right now?
Public Enemy would be interesting.
Public Enemy would be good.
I would like to see good music, like the early stages of good music.
That would be a mess.
Yeah.
Here go another old
But yes.
head answer. But I read the book and Scarface, Diary of a Madman. I'd love to see like a Scarface biopsy. From start to
I
finish.
think Ghetto Boys in general would be.
Well, yeah,
interesting.
anything Houston,
Yeah.
Ghetto Boys back. I think that would be fire. Scarface was fighting some demons.
Oh, definitely. I'd love to see a 3-6 origin story.
Or that.
Man, bro.
That would be
Man,
insane.
fire.
Hell yes, I would love to see that shit.
I would love to see a
Absolutely.
3-6.
Hell yeah.
Good question though.
Water Maloney, start, bench, and cut based on lyrical ability. Black Thought, Lupe, or MF Doom, and MF Doom.
Start bench cut.
Ooh,
Yep.
Wow,
who would you start?
that's-
Who would you bench? And who would you cut?
Oh.
Say it one more time. Doom, Lupe, and who
And
else?
MF, yep. Black Thought, based on lyrical ability.
I'm starting Black Thought, benching Lupe.
Oh, you,
I'm cutting Doom just because I'm not as familiar with him
I'm
I'm
as
the same.
those two.
I'm the same way, Lou. I'm the same.
I might have to. Oh, this shit gonna hurt.
Oh,
This
man,
is
what
gonna
you about to
hurt.
Say, B.
I'm gonna start Black Thought.
Right, we knew that. We knew that.
I'm a bench Doom.
Oh, you want to cut Lupe? Oh, you want
Oh
to cut
shit, that's what I'm like. Oh man, I fucking love that. I'm starting Black Thought. That's
off top.
I'm starting Black Thought. The toughness was who I'm benching and who I'm cutting. Man. See, because I feel like Doom, Lupe had a
Right.
He had a run.
He had a little. I mean, he had
not
a
a
bad
run,
run.
yeah.
That's what I'm saying. He had a run. Yeah.
See, Doom didn't have that, so that's why I got to bench Doom. And then I got to
with you,
cut.
B. That's
I got to
my
cut
word.
Lupe
Only because of that window
Yep.
of
the
time
of the
Lupe,
bad.
man.
Do
Yeah.
you think Lupe's the highs of Lupe are better than the highs of Doom?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know. That's the
That's the reason
argument.
why that's the reason why I
the
kept
argument,
Lupe
but-
over Doom.
Yeah, Lupe.
Lupe more commercially successful than Doom, right?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
This said lyrical ability.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but that's what I'm saying.
but
Like,
I'm
to me,
still- yeah,
the
I'm
cool
still-
is like I love that album, bro. The way he was spitting on that shit, bro. It's just like
Yeah.
I don't think Doom for me. Doom has a project like that. And I could be. I mean, obviously everybody got.
I mean,
their own
I
opinion.
know Doom not for everybody, but no, man, and Doom is
I like that
fucking
cuss,
incredible.
though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Me too.
What
Me
What you
too.
say, Rod?
I think I know Rise. Go ahead though.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
I think I know it.
I don't know. I don't know if you know.
I think I do.
Cause I think
Say it then. I'll let you know. I'll be honest. I'll be honest if I'm like, yeah, I had it
So
right.
you starting Black
because y'all brought a good point about Lupe having that little run, but I mean lyrical. That don't mean that his lyricism wasn't still there. So I think I'm still going to start him, like, just overall.
You gonna start Lupe?
I think I'm going to start Lupe. I'm going to start Lupe.
That's not surprising. Go ahead.
I'm going to start Lupe because overall, I think he's, total package, you got Lupe, right?
Okay.
You gonna cut Black Thought?
No, I think I'm going to cut Doom. Because I can't like definitively say that
right.
I always was up on Doom. Like I can't say that, you know what I'm saying? But Black Thought, you know,
I was right.
Black Thought's Black Thought.
Yeah.
So but Doom is like it's hard for me to say. I'm just not. I respect him today, but I hadn't always. So you know, I know it's blasphemy, but it is what it is.
Yeah, I was right.
I
knew you was gonna start Lupe. I knew you was gonna start Lupe.
David J, is Griselda the best current representation of 90s rap energy?
Is who?
Is Griselda the best representation of 90s rap energy?
90s rap energy?
Does Jay-Z still count?
Nah, cause he's not even. It don't even feel the same. But
I guess
kind of yeah. Because even Wu would say that. Wu would say like, yo, that Griselda movement is a lot of people will. Even Jay himself, like everybody think that Griselda movement is tough.
Yeah, that
Griselda movement tough, bro.
It is. Regardless of how you feel about their music or if you like them or not, their movement is moving.
Junior Brazil, peace to you, Spike Lee. Been a fan of yours since I listened to the On Deck TV Ferguson episode. That conversation really opened my eyes.
Appreciate that.
That's what's up, man.
Appreciate that.
For the people that don't know, man, tell them a little bit more. Who is Spike Lee and what is On Deck TV?
Spike Lee, a moniker I created when I started podcasting, getting into content creation. We talked about it as the Myke along with the nickname stuff. Seek presence or power, information, knowledge everywhere is what I came up with. And the On Deck TV podcast is me and my homeboy. We used to sit around all the time and talk about music and just debate and stuff. And we worked together a lot too, like in corporate America. And people would tell us, so it's similar to you guys' story. People would tell us, "Oh man, you guys should do a show." And we were more interested in videography when we started, so we were trying to figure out how to get ourselves known in the music industry in Atlanta more so where people would be open to us doing videography stuff. So we decided to do a podcast and just do our opinions and back and forth crosstalk type stuff. And it's led me here to doing this with you great fellas and sharing opinions and stuff, and I'm enjoying the journey.
That's what's up, man.
Every Wednesday.
That's what's up. Appreciate it. I meant to say that on top of the show. They already know who this nigga is right here. I ain't got to
see how they treat me, nigga that just showed up.
You know what I'm saying? You're right. He like brother man. Brother man. But we're going to keep with the super chats. What we got, kid?
D-God 720. In y'all opinion, what is the best greatest hits album in hip-hop history? Well, that's a random question.
Man,
greatest hits.
Greatest hits.
Tupac's greatest hits album would be fucking crazy. Yeah.
Because that was the double disc one, right?
Yeah, and they had that
one
on the front. Yeah.
Wu-Tang got a good greatest hits, right?
They do?
I thought they did. I thought they had a greatest hits joint. Am I tripping?
I mean, you could be right.
I thought they did.
I think I like Jay-Z's greatest hits.
Word.
Jay had his greatest hits. I don't even be paying attention to greatest hits like
I don't either.
It's like anniversary type.
They came. I think that the one I'm thinking about
like
came out joint from like the Black Album and going up. Like everything.
Man, I don't even pay attention to greatest hits. That's definitely a random.
I definitely do greatest hits old stuff though.
Those
greatest hits old joints.
Ooh,
they be
Johnny Hathaway's greatest hits.
20th century joints.
Yes, man. Those joints be hitting, man. Every time I used to get some James Brown. I had some James Brown ones, some
James Brown got a good greatest hits.
Marvin Gaye,
Patti LaBelle joints.
Yep, Patti LaBelle got a good greatest hit.
Aretha Franklin got some.
Man.
Yes, sir.
Charlotte Milk, I guess. 2010s had TDE, Odd Future, ASAP Mob, Pro Era, My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy Era, Kanye, Great Nicki, Future, Migos, Travis, Mac Miller, RTJ, to name a few. The diversity.
2010s was tough.
It was tough, bro. Yeah,
that's what I'm saying, bro. If you look at all the projects that came out,
that blog era, man,
that shit is insane.
So I guess that's what this era would have to live up to.
That's what we started that in. We started that in 2010,
era, man.
So yeah, man, that was a tough era.
So yeah, y'all got some work to put out. Black Roz, what are the worst rise fall stories in hip hop? I.e., No Limit 98 run, then 99 to 2000. They were pretty much done. Damn.
It was before 98 though. He got to give people more than a year. It was like 95 to 99.
What's that? The Run?
Yeah.
What did it started?
When he was doing like from Ice Cream Man to
Oh yeah.
Ice Cream Man
It
was
lasted.
96.
We talked about this. It was
Cream Man was
after like
96.
Ghetto Postage
96.
and all
Yeah,
that.
something about that time. Your Ghetto Posters, it was over.
So you
Yeah.
talking about like the rise and fall? Like who had the best rise and fall?
What do you mean best rising?
Yeah, yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. I'm like,
No, I mean like for their run, like that's the best run they
fall-off
had.
story, like
yeah,
the
like
fall-off
they
story.
was hot and then they fell off, but
thought they
like
would've
during
been
that
hot.
time,
Say it
I
one
would
more
say-
time. One more time.
What are the worst rise and fall stories in hip hop?
One of the worst rise and fall stories.
Mine
Who
is
fell off the
50.
hard?
Like 50 from
G Unit.
Yeah, from Get Rich or Die Trying to going back and forth
that's
with
a
Rick
good-
Ross and
that's
trying to get people to
That's
laugh at
kind
his
of a
baby
good
mama
one.
shit.
Nah, cause he
It's over.
He kind of held.
I would have thought 50 would have been around 10 years, bro. He had a 2-year run.
Curtis, it was kind of like
was
the
over.
start of the.
That was it. Curtis.
but Curtis
that
was
was
like
that was the
what,
third
three-
album.
that was the third
I'm
album.
gonna keep it a full band. Niggas only get 3 albums for real. Like if we look at it,
They
but
used
niggas only
to.
have a 3-album run.
Not
They
niggas
don't
like
anymore.
50 with the best group in the world. You the biggest star. Like you expect him to be around. He can't put out nothing now. Nothing, bro. There ain't nothing you
Shit,
can. You
I
can do a
would-
power theme song.
Bro, I'm about to say, he hit with the power theme
That's the
song.
limit the public has for him, bro.
I would
Like,
say-
ain't nobody
That is
trying to hear
true.
nothing you got, bro.
That is true.
NWA.
One album.
But it's not the worst though, like because it just was the one album, then the other one. So yeah, it wasn't like a a complete rise and fall. I don't think it was a complete rise and fall.
Q made them boys fall.
You made them niggas fall immediately.
yes, yes.
But
I
nah,
would
Sledgehammer
say,
to that shit.
Lil, worse than who you just said.
Bone.
I would think no Nelly.
Oh, ooh.
that's a good one.
Yeah.
That Nelly. Remember,
man.
Jay even
Nelly
had to
had a
acknowledge
strong-
Nelly. He was like, it's just
That
M
double
Pimp Juice and
album,
us.
even though it's up to us, that double album did some units. The
Sweatsuit,
yeah,
bro. Chill out,
he
bro.
did some units.
You knew that was the end when you saw that
Yeah,
nigga on
it
one
was
cover
a
with a
wrap.
suit.
Yeah.
Like, hold on, you really did
That's
this?
a nasty combo.
Somebody named a good one.
That's
Ja
a
Rule.
nasty-
Somebody said Ja Rule. Ja Rule was up here.
Yeah, and suing 50 hits.
That's why
Bam.
I feel like I can't.
over.
That's why I look at 50 differently because he did so much culturally. Like, granted, the music ended, but still culturally, his presence is hip hop.
But he was trying though, and it looked bad.
When
Like,
he
it looked
tried, what you
bad.
say when
He
he
was
tried? Before I
trying. Like he put out
self-destruct?
the "I Am the Man" joint. He was doing songs with Chris Brown. Like he was really trying. And niggas was like, "Nah, bro, nope."
Yeah.
That Ja Rule one good.
Ja
Anybody
Rule
can
was good.
top Ja Rule? Who?
I think
That's it.
Hold
That's
on,
it. That's a
I'm
good
trying to-
one.
No, I
Who
don't
gonna
think I
top
don't think
Ja
we can
Rule?
top
Bow
Ja
Wow?
Rule.
Now, Bow Wow had a good run. Chill out, bro.
And fall. We talking about there's a fall
Yeah,
associated
no, I'm
with
saying
it.
his run was longer than 50's.
Yeah. And I feel like Bow Wow faded more than he failed.
Oh.
I can feel that.
Just got too old.
Bow Wow was still popular like when Chris Brown stuff.
Yeah.
He was still popular around that.
Because everybody wanted a Chris Brown and Bow Wow record.
That's fact.
This is a good point about 50. 50 is also still rich and relevant to this day. So that is
talking
a
about
great
that.
point.
About his money though.
But that's not a
He said
fall.
he's
Like, it's
still
some
rich
people
and he
that,
ain't dead. He
it's some
died
people that
trying.
have help.
I'm thinking music wise.
musically, he's irrelevant.
I'm just thinking music.
He irrelevant
If 50
music.
drop an album today, the shit ain't
Nobody
stopping like it
listens
used
to
to.
it.
It's not.
Animal Kingdom,
You know what
bro.
I'm
Ain't that his album?
Yeah, that was,
Yes. Remember how terrible
on,
that shit
man.
was?
What about MC Hammer?
What about Joe Budden?
Damn, he just
Right.
MC Hammer's a good one.
That's a good one.
My bad.
He had a quick rise and fall. Yeah.
Stepped on that real quick.
Yeah.
My bad. It was almost like I was
What
on Hammer
Joe-
team or
What
something.
was Joe Budden's rise? A song?
Pump It Up.
It was just
Pump
the
It Up
song.
was big, bro.
I get
It
you.
was
but
the
what
song Slaughterhouse.
It's
and
not
then that
beating
was
Ja
it.
Rule. I need one
No,
that's
you're
not
right.
Ja
No,
Rule.
Ja Rule was literally on top of
Okay,
top
all
of the
right.
world.
Well,
Yeah.
next question
That's
then.
Kev Timothy, feel like people decide what their golden age is based on what they grew up on in their younger days. I'm 24, and for me, my golden age
You
is the
say
early
some crazy
2000s.
shit.
I was bracing myself. What was his golden age?
Kenny Mason.
2010.
2010? Oh.
He said 2010.
Y'all say.
He said
2010.
2010.
There wasn't a setup.
Oh,
There
okay.
wasn't a setup.
All right.
Hopington Smith, unpopular opinion. The ecstatic is greater than black on both sides. Man, I'm gonna give you a refund, bro. Jesus fucking Christ.
I mean, it's Black on Both Sides is the superior album, but Static is not that far though.
It's not.
It's not that
but,
far.
You know.
I ain't gonna disrespect Static like that, but He's still wrong. Black on both sides. Black on both sides is still that album, but
We said the same thing with two different extremes.
The static is like right here. You know what I mean? Black on both sides. This is static right here. It's not too far. It's
It's definitely your opinion. This is not an unpopular opinion.
Right.
Diego, who in your opinion are the biggest sacrificial rappers of hip hop? Someone/group who got flamed for a certain sound that ended up eventually being a sound that was extremely popular.
Sacrificial?
Yeah, I don't know. You want us to write an essay?
I could argue Soulja Boy was a sacrificial lamb for everything internet wise.
That's a good one, actually.
Damn, he took the bullets for everybody else, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, because that ringtone, when you talk about ringtone rap, that's the...
T-Pain was one.
Because Jay-Z came and just shut that shit down and then took it.
No, he didn't take it.
He used it.
I don't even think he used it.
No,
He
not
never
him
used
personally, but he used it on the record. Like he had somebody else do auto-tune on the record.
Ooh, what record was that? He was totally against auto-tune.
Yeah, he said, auto-tune is dead, and then next thing you know,
I could have sworn
it was Kanye that did it.
Kanye did it, yeah.
Not Jay. Yeah, he never used it.
Jay had a record with auto-tune on it.
Hell no.
I thought he did too, but
Well, he had a song with Future. That's what it was. I got the keys, nigga. He oversaid all that shit back in the day. Now he got the keys.
That's auto-tune on Future's voice?
Nigga, it's Future.
I didn't know that was auto-tune on
Nigga, it's Future.
That's one of the answers too, right? Future. That was one of the ones I feel like early on with the mumble rap stuff.
Yeah.
He kind of got lumped
Future
into
is
that,
one
and
of
now
them.
everybody's doing it.
Coyote, I feel hip hop is forever in a golden era because it's constantly evolving. It's just easier to find trash nowadays with the internet. We don't find trash. Trash finds us.
Right.
Yeah, but and Simmons, what do you guys think has to happen for New York to get back on top? Do they need to chase a new sound, or will boom bap return to
It's
the mainstream?
dead for him. It's
God
dead.
damn,
It's over for him. New York's done.
Oh, shit.
New York.
With the Knicks hat on.
Hey, you already know. I should know when something's done. All right, so, hey, New York ain't coming back.
New York can't creep.
New York don't even know what the hell it is now.
They
Wait,
doing that
what?
drill shit now.
That's not New York.
But that's what I'm saying. That's why they won't come back, because they emulating everything else.
They about to do
that becomes
grind
popular.
next. They gonna take UK shit. You gonna hear somebody come out talking about bruv. I'm from Brooklyn, isn't it? Hey, I'm telling you, New York lost, bro. New York is lost. Once and it's honestly because of the internet. Once everybody can hear other shit, they was like, "Oh, y'all shit garbage."
Y'all niggas just average, man. We thought y'all niggas
Fuck
was
outta
just
here.
niggas average as hell. Joey Badass got New York on his back.
Boy, Joey had to come out with
Joey-
2,000 instead of 90. He tried to
He gave us the same album.
Y'all crazy.
Ron, I know you know what I'm talking about.
crazy as hell.
New York is done, bro. They don't know where the hell they at.
New York still got Griselda them, man.
Shit,
and
they
Mock
rep
Hobbies.
Buffalo though.
I'm about to say they Buffalo. They don't even represent New York. They can't.
The Buffalo
black-
way up in here. New York is right down here.
They black
I
Canadians.
thought all that shit was considered
Oh
black.
no,
That's Buffalo.
Buffalo
New
is
York.
close.
Closer to
next to
Canada
Canada.
than it is New York.
Yeah, they black Canadians.
Well, there you go. Reggie, Coast Contra style seem to be a hybrid of old and new school. Who the fuck is Coast Contra?
Him.
You've never seen them?
Oh.
At all. Like,
Bro, I feel like we get this every damn week.
I know.
So no, I haven't.
they're a group.
They knew.
Yeah, they got lots and they drop a lot of freestyles on YouTube. You'll probably like their style.
Oh, is that the dude with the guy with the dreads and it's like a blue background? He like
Coastal
rapping.
Contra.
Freestyles all the time.
I seen them before. Yeah, I seen them before.
They're
I seen.
good, but
I seen them before.
I've listened enough to their songs to be able to be like, oh, y'all will like their music. I know they can rap. I don't know anything about their
Yeah, the freestyles that I saw, it was
Feefo
nice. They was like on the table. It was yeah. I saw that, but I haven't listened to their albums though.
All right, just a few more, and then we'll get out of here. Chop Top's husband. The answer is no. Just because you like a lot of music coming out recently doesn't mean it's already a golden era. Come from someone who was still very young and grew up in the 2010s. So you don't know what the fuck you talking about then.
Well, damn.
you still a baby in this shit. Shit. What breath smell like Similac?
You stupid.
Grow up a little bit. We'll talk. But no, you bring up a
You got
good
an
point.
8-year-old yelling at you about it. Let music build, my nigga.
Oh man, Jonah. Ken, did you ever listen to Wiki's Half God? Navy Blue producer that I know you're a fan of him. Personally, in my opinion, it was 2021 album of the year. Yes, I did. It was very good. Yeah, I enjoyed it a lot. Drink more water. Mainstream, no. Underground, yes. I guess that's his answer to the question.
That's every decade. Some nigga saying that. Mainstream rap cheeks. Somebody, but here, let me put you on this goofy ass nigga in this rap 4.
In this rap.
You know what I'm saying? I ain't like trying to hear all that, bro. He underground for a reason.
Right.
If he could be above ground, he would be.
True. Steven, your best albums of 2022. Put me onto a lot of good music. Gotta show support. Thanks. Appreciate it.
Thank you, sir.
JM, last golden era was 2009 to 2017. There was a shift in 2012. The artists that emerged, TDE, Beast Coast, Drill Music, SoundCloud was impactful. Thugger, Future, Odd Future, GSFR. The underground scene was so good. Experimental hip hop too.
Chief Keef was another sacrificial lamb.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
When he came out, niggas was like, "Who the fuck is this
Now they
dusty
doing it
ass
all the way
nigga?"
in London. Yeah, that's a fact.
Yeah.
Daniel, the album recommend is Janet Jackson's Velvet Rope album, especially an R&B album from her in 1997.
That shit great.
Appreciate the super donation to Velvet Rope. Yeah, man. But,
That's my favorite Janet album.
Hey, she was talking
That
some
might
shit
be
on
my
that
favorite
one.
Janet era.
Was
Videos and all that.
Videos are amazing.
Yeah. And then the
Remember
one
that.
after that, I think Jermaine Dupri produced. She got a couple of joints. on
Demeter
there,
Joe,
too.
I think it was.
Yeah, man.
that
She
was
be
good
talking
too.
nasty on this shit too. You need to listen to it. Let's do it. Cassie, golden era in my opinion, Paid in Full, Flesh of My Flesh, Blood of My Blood.
That's the same, man.
Two different eras.
Yeah,
And he's talking about the movie.
Well, yeah, unless you talk about the movie.
maybe.
Dame Dad soundtrack.
3 more. Donovan, just this debate alone. You never thought that hip hop could take it this far. I love hip hop. Thank you. Josh Rose, I think the streaming era that we're in is going to make it hard for new artists to stay popping. A lot of the biggest names in rap are guys that came out in 2010, 11, 12, like Drake, Cole, K-Dot, Future, etc. Okay, so a lot of these new guys gotta create a legacy for themselves. And last one,
All right.
Daniel with another super donation. The album is in my master thesis audio doc, Black Excellence, and whether the terms help or hurts Black creative. I also included your guys' review of the albums as well. Hope that was cool. Peace.
Oh, that's what's up.
That's dope.
Yeah, that's dope.
Oh, so I think that's what. Okay. So I think maybe the Velvet Rope album he was discussing was part of his master's thesis. Got it.
I wonder what the thesis was.
I guess I don't know, but I will be interested in checking out that thesis when you're done.
Yeah.
Yeah. See if you know what you're talking about there, Daniel. Appreciate it, bro. Though appreciate everybody that sent in the donation. Or I mean the chat. Super chat. I saw some super stickers come through and everything. We got super thanks, so appreciate everybody.
Yeah, man. Thank y'all, man. Thank y'all for joining into another Dead End Hip Hop Live. We try to do this every Sunday at 2 p.m.
Well, we have been doing it every Sunday.
Yeah. I'm just saying sometimes.
We're going to get through the year, bro.
Huh?
We're going to make it.
Well, yeah, I'm just saying, sometimes it'd be like holidays and stuff like that. So we might move
yeah.
it to the weekday or something like that. But nah, man, yeah, we've been putting in work, man. We appreciate y'all, tuning in and hoping you guys are enjoying this. I know we still enjoying doing this live. You never know what's gonna happen on this shit. But nah, man, it's been good and it's been improvements on the show thanks to our production team. Spike Lou, man. Thank you, bro. Thank you for coming through, man.
Thank you guys. I appreciate always being here. I appreciate the conversation, the dialogue back and forth.
Yeah,
Dope
man. We
fellowship.
appreciate you contributing to the show
forward
and
to
stuff.
being here
Man.
live.
You know what I'm saying? That's what's
Let me
up.
refresh, make sure I missed something.
Yeah. Nah, he ain't shit. Don't even look this way. Nah, I'm about to walk off. I'm about to walk off like Cuddy.
Yeah, I do got one more.
Hold on.
From Jaleel Fletcher. Could you guys do a reaction to CRE the Kids I-95 freestyle, and we guys do more reaction vids? So okay.
Cyre's dope. He's from here. Well, not from here. He's been here for a
based
while.
down here,
Yeah, he's been here for a while. But last but not least, man, thank you, Nikki Duce, for filling in, bro. I'm giving you your flowers, man. I say you are a great host, man. You know, like, you're a great contribution to Dead End, man.
It don't feel like it all the time.
I'm telling you, man, you are, man. I mean that. I truly mean that, man. But tell the people a little bit about what we got going on that you are a part of before we get out of here.
Yeah, so this upcoming Wednesday, the 27th at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, youtube.com/FPS podcast, we'll be hosting our Nope review live, the Jordan Peele film that just came out this past weekend. So if you haven't seen it, go see it, then go to watch the review on this upcoming Wednesday, the 27th.
Yeah, man. Definitely make sure y'all check out that. I think in the beginning, before we started this, I think the production team put together some graphics to show you, where to go. FPS Podcast on YouTube. But yeah, man, thank you for joining us again for another live. That's the show, man. Appreciate y'all. I thought this was a good topic, man. This got a lot of information out there for y'all. So until next time, see you guys next week. Peace.